Hey guys, it's Serious Game. We're back for Uncharted Waters, Super Nintendo, Part 2. We had just left off our guy, and in doing that we had completed the quest, where we gave this guy the wool here in Marseille, France. And after you give him the wool, he doesn't talk to you anymore. It's business as usual again. I've got a whole bunch of sugar that I could sell here. There might be a better place to get a better rate for sugar. Could be Bordeaux. But do I want to sail all the way back up there? Not sure. Not sure yet. What I would like to do is I'd like to get a little bit more fame. So if I check my info, let's go down here to the little hut where you can see what your guys look like. Let's go view. Let's go mates. Let's go yourself. So fame is now 250. And that's a decent place to be, but I think it has to be a little higher before the King of Portugal wants to talk to you. So what I'm going to do, just to expand that a little bit, is I'm going to set sail. Where are we at? 9 days? Okay. Let's restock. Food. 19 barrels, not the worst. Let's go 10, 21 to put me back at 35. And then water will max out. Just that one little ship. Boom. Holds all the food and water. So sail, yes. I'm going to go on a little trip here. I'm going to take a little tour of the Mediterranean, the Black Sea maybe. Discover Alexandria, and there's a couple of ports up there. Genoa? I don't know. There's some that need to be discovered, and I'm going to go do so. So let's go real quick. Not going to take too long. We'll restock once we get up there. It's not an issue. Ride the coastline, discover a couple of ports, build the fame a little bit. There we go. Discovered something. And if you want to know, just look, inspect, scroll up. Venice. Okay. There's a port in sight. Naples? Pisa, okay. And well, most importantly, who the heck is this down here? That could be pirates. Luciano. Okay, no, he's solid. He knows what's up. Let's keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. We're in the Mediterranean Sea right now. Northern coast. Right outside Italy. Pisa, that's Naples right there. Or Napoli. There's Sicily, that's the little boot. Just discovered another port. I could sell sugar and buy grain there, but I'm still moving. I still got things to do. Picking up all these ports. Travel in this direction. I think there's 2 or 3 more ports I want to pick up before I'm out of here. And I've got 9 days of food and water left. Been sailing for 7. There's Alexandria, where you can buy artwork, actually, which is pretty cool. I don't remember if there are ports up here on this coastline, but I'm going to check. I don't think there are, but I want to make sure. Nope. Nope, okay. Now we're going to sail past Istanbul. We're up to, we're going toward Turkey. Here's a fun fact. If you have the money and you want to buy a speculum, I think Venice sells it. I think Venice has a speculum. That's Istanbul. The game is designed to make Turkey your enemy, ultimately, which is kind of a bummer because in the beginning everybody was cool, but Portugal and Spain, they end up kind of going at it with Turkey, and there's just this political thing that naturally happens. And it's just a shame because even if you're playing the merchant route, then you have to start dodging the privateers as they become more prevalent. Alright, there's a port. These ports are pretty useless. You don't get much for them. What are we at? 0 days. Oh, shoot. 0 days. Yeah. Alright, we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna run out of food and water, but we'll be fine. We'll restock here. Come on, move that ship. Move that ship. Move it. Nope, I missed it. Alright. Debark, port call. Azov. Oh no! That's unfortunate. Why would they be that way? Let me... Can I save state? Let me save state. And maybe I can bribe them with like $37? I don't want to spend a lot. Oh, come on. Alright, so... What, sale? Yeah. The contention with Turkey and Portugal has already begun. So here's what I'm going to do. I have no food and water. I'm going to try to go back in. Sometimes it's random, and I'm hoping that maybe if I go back in, they won't be there the second time around. I'm also not going to use food and water because I haven't sailed, so I can try it one more time. Let's give them one more day. We'll see if I can sneak back in. Come on. Gosh. 1, 2, 3, 9, 8, 7. It's gonna cost me more, isn't it? Well, how unfortunate. 337? Oh, sheesh. How much is this gonna cost me? This is gonna be really expensive, isn't it? Okay. Then, if I can't, then I'm just gonna... I have no choice but to just sail with no food and water. That port that was down there to the south, I'm gonna try there. I didn't think that this would be a thing. Not so early in the game. I haven't done anything against Turkey. But apparently, the Portuguese warships are at it. Now here's a trick you can do. Look. Debark, go ashore. Landing point, yes. The game ticks off the usage of food and water at that very first dawn of the day. So if I sail yes now, I can get a whole day's worth of sailing in without actually using food and water. You see that? Day 0. If I want to be really tricky, I could debark, go ashore, right here, yes. I wait. No, I just want to wait for one turn. So I hit the button now, and then I sail again. So if the game is going to cheat me, I'm going to cheat him right back. You see that? Day 0, I'm still not sailing. Debark, go ashore, foot, yes. I wait for that first dawn. I wait, yes, and then I hit the button. And then sail, yes. As long as you have land, you can sail like this without food and water. Pretty much indefinitely. So, I'm going to go ahead and let it tick one day right here. See that? Day 1. But now it only took me one day to make it from that port to this port. Nice little trick. Trebizond. Please let me into the port, guys. Gruff. Some gruffs. I don't know what to tell you, man. 300, that's all I got. This is annoying. This is really annoying, guys. The closest port that I can think of is gonna be... I got no choice but to pay... Holy smokes, he doesn't even want 2,300? Alright, all of the money. Wow, he doesn't even want all 10,000. This is crazy. Alright. That means that I'm going to have to scam it all the way out of here. I don't even think I can get into Turkey. Because Azov and Trebizond are apparently controlled by Istanbul. Alright. Debark, go ashore. This is annoying. Sail. Debark, go ashore. Right here, bam. Not this one. We're gonna wait. And then in the daytime, we're gonna sail. Let's see what we can do with this coast. Oh boy. Nuts. Okay. That means I gotta hug the coast if I want to continue this trick. Whoa, I'm sailing way too far out. Go ashore here. Bam. Alright, sail. Bam. Down. This is because your guys are... Debark, go ashore. This is because your guys are out there in the forest, killing wild boars and eating like wild campers while you're just moving the ship. So I've been here before in this kind of tough situation, and this is just kind of how you gotta play it. Go ashore, bam. Wait for the dusk, wait. Stand by, yes. Here's your orders, sail, yes. This is how you sail with no food and water. It's annoying. Debark, go ashore, put the boot right there. You guys go out and eat in the morning, but it's not on the ship, then we wait. And boom, sail. Yes. Point the ship south. Here's Istanbul. Which they probably won't let me into Istanbul either, honestly. Debark, go ashore. Boom, yes. And wait for that morning to hit. There we go. Sail. Yes. Now, what is with that ship? Let me inspect. Inspect that ship. Oh, there's lots of ships here. Spanish galleons. You don't have to worry about the Spaniards. Okay. Apparently they're both gunning for the Turkish ships right now. Can I make one more? Maybe. Point that ship. No, probably not. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm still sailing on 0 days. Instead of waiting, you just hit the B button. I didn't even realize that. Alright, here we go. And sail. Sailing on 0 days. Now, you won't get sailing experience unless it ticks the usage of food and water, so you gotta keep that in mind. Debark, go ashore. Boom, right here. Skip where it ticks off the day. And sail. Come on. Keep it tight. I'm sailing against the wind and current right now, so it's really slow going. Sail. Come on. One screen. Give me one screen. There we go. Debark, go ashore. Boom. Boot's right there. Alright, sailing with no food and water. Have you ever seen this? Have you ever seen this before? I don't know if anybody remembered this trick. You gotta know the game pretty well to do this. Or to know that this is possible. Alright, hit the button. And sail. Should have stopped in Mallorca. Uh-oh. I don't know if I can make that gap. I'm gonna debark here. Then hit this, and sail. Good. Give me the direct route, please. No, you're not making it very far per move. Can I get one up? No, probably not. So the problem here is it could put me on the other side of that little peninsula, and then I would lose that progress. But it is what it is. Nope, it didn't do that. Bonus. Actually pretty close here. Go ashore here. Wait for the start of day, hit the B button, and sail. Good positioning. Keep going. There's my port. Debark, go ashore, right here. And I just made it from the Black Sea all the way back to the Mediterranean without using any food and water. Pretty cool. Sail. Yes. This is a port that I can get into. Debark, port call, bam. Alright, now that we're out of the danger zone. What is happening in Turkey? Goodness. Sugar at 45, what do you think? Why not? Why not? Sell it all. Sell it all. Sugar at 40? Oh boy. Alright. And then buy... You know, wait a minute. Here's the trick. Before you buy, now that you've dumped all of your goods onto the marketplace, it affects the value of the food and water, well, the food, and you restock food at 16 per barrel. You see that? So go ahead and load up now. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pay. Water. Load up. Good. Now go and buy. So we just bought our food at 16 per barrel, and now I'm going to buy probably grain. Grain at 8, yes. Or 20. The margin for grain is so low, but it's better to carry something on your ship back home than nothing. Okay. Now just to test that, let's see. Restock food? Oh, never mind. Well, whatever. Let's just sail. Sailing. 16 days. Now leaving. So part 2 had that fun little hack there where you can sail on no food and water as long as you've got landing spots. Pretty valuable. I'm sure there's other hacks that I'll think of as we go through this game. There's probably another couple of things that you can do that are pretty cool. But I am getting to be in the position of where I don't even want to... See, when I first played this game, I didn't know that you could build heavy galleons as a new ship. And I've outfitted myself with all galleons from Spain. I got them really nice figureheads. And then I just won the game with galleons, which you can do. You could. But there is a way to get the heavy galleons for cheaper than the galleons, and that is by destroying the economy in Bordeaux. You just buy a whole bunch of sugar and you dump it there, and you keep buying in Lisbon and dumping in Bordeaux until it's destroyed. Their market goes down to 50% price, which affects the build ships too. Hashid. Who's this? Muhammad. What is going on here, guys? The ships are out in force. They're looking for them. A PS, you cannot fight at night, so if you ever are in a bind and you're running from pirates, you can run right past them if it's nighttime. Continuing on. Use the no food, no water hack sparingly, because you do want those days. You have been sailing for 7 days now. You want those days to tick by. You will not get sailing experience unless those days are ticking by. So that was really only in a critical situation. And here's what'll happen. I'm not saying that your sailors are dying, but if you sail with no food and water for too long, they will just abandon ship. Maybe they are dying. I don't know, but they're leaving your ship one way or another. And when you get down to too few of a crew for a ship, you'll lose the ship. It'll just say, whatever, the Carrack was lost at sea. And it's gone. So don't allow that to happen. Alright, here we are, back in Lisbon. I'll start by dumping my items here. Let's sell all this grain. I bought it at 8. I'm selling it for double. That's not a big deal. That's a small gain. It's appreciated. 310, go. Alright. Now that the product is dumped, I'm gonna go check the palace real quick. Nope, King doesn't want to see me yet. Okay, that's fine. And now I'll restock food and water at 15 per barrel. Great price. 1, 2, 3. Restocking for real cheap. Now here's a trick you can do in a bind. If you know you're going to be on a long-term trip, you can fill up with more food than water, and if you need to, you can find a spring on the land when you go ashore and pull the water from there. So it's a way that you can supplement. I find that to be the case like when you attack other fleets and you take everything, and you end up not being able to hold it all. You can just dump the water, just throw all the water over the side, take the food because it has value, and just work it out from there. We'll get there, you'll see. Here, we're gonna buy for the Carrack ship. We're gonna buy sugar at a nice price. Whatever. Not gonna negotiate with them too hard here. I'm gonna buy this sugar for this ship. I'm not gonna pay 20. Give me it for 19. I just paid 19 when I should have paid 18, so cut me a deal here. Alright, moving on. And while we're out to sea, we're going to do something else I got to point out to you. At some point or another, you're going to want to go ship to ship. You're going to want to fight. You're going to want to do sea battles. We're going to get there, I promise. But there's a preparation step that you need to do beforehand. What you might notice is that you'll have all these ships that have cannons, and you're ready to go, and you're feeling pretty strong about it. And you end up going into battle with a mate that has low morale. If the mate has low morale and you try to take him into battle, he very likely will run away, and he'll take your ship with him. So, let's instead go order, distribute, and over time, we're going to be giving these guys some money. So 101 for Jose, he goes to 47. Look, inspect real quick. Who is that? Okay. And then order, distribute to Marco. 101. 33. Okay. Order, distribute. Get their loyalties up. 101 for Miguel. Roberto. Nicholas. Cool. I would say do that if you have the money. Try and do it once every trip or once every other trip until you get you guys up to 100 loyalty. And then just keep an eye on the guys that are actually manning your ships, because their loyalty will degrade over time. You just generally have to pay your men. I mean, that makes sense, right? Alright. Debark, port call, Bordeaux. Where to, Captain? I'm going to go here. And I'm going to sell. 420. Ooh, we're up 49,000. So I also am going to do this. Now that I've got so much money, I'm going to go over to here. Is it this one? No. Oh, I'm going to go to the shipyard. Got it? Well, first, let me show you what I mean here. Let's go. View. Port. Now you see it says industrial worth 399. We need to bring the industrial worth to 1,000. That's when they can build the ship we want. In order to do that, you have to invest in the industry, which is really a neat mechanic for this game. So I go to here and I go invest, and I just give them 10k. Now I think it's probably going to take somewhere between 40 and 60k in order to get it where I want it. But I'm only investing 10k at a time because I feel like the loyalty of the port goes up faster. View. Port. See support for Portugal 12. Now he hasn't used the money yet, but he will. Just give him some time. Be patient. Back to Bordeaux. Buy at the market. Carrick. Porcelain. Sure. Give me the 420. Sell. Off my midship. 310. We're at 32. Buy. Porcelain. Ship is full. What have I got, money-wise, left to invest? They keep saying go to the inn. Do you think the King of Spain, the King of Portugal wants to talk to me yet? No mates here. Tip her and see what's up. Azov. I'm not going to Azov. They wouldn't even let me in Azov. Get out of here. Get while the getting is good. Azov. Silly. So silly. How much do I have that I can invest with this guy? Let me look. Yeah, give him another 10. Okay. Now we're going to let him cook on that for a little while. We're going to let him cook on that. I think it sits there. I don't think he even uses it till the 1st of the month. So we likely have to wait till September 1st for him to actually use that money to increase his infrastructure. Why am I doing this instead of going with galleons? Because heavy galleons are the best ship. They're aesthetically bigger than regular galleons. They hold more guns. They have higher cargo space. They're the best. And I want you guys to see how to get heavy galleons if you choose to go ahead and get them. Anybody can sail to Spain and buy a galleon for full price. But you can get a heavy galleon in a destroyed Bordeaux economy for cheaper. And it's a new ship. Who doesn't love to buy a new ship? It's got that new ship smell. You go to the dealer, it's like, oh, I want the new ship smell. Well, there you go. You know what else is cool about it? You don't have to wait. When you say build me a new one, he builds it right away. You don't even have to wait like 2-3 months for him to build the ship. I mean, shipbuilding, ships could take a long time to build. They don't make you wait, you get it right away, which is really cool. Debark, port call, bam. Alright. Let's go to the market and sell. Of course, we're selling all that porcelain. Boom, 43,000. Then we'll buy. Because I'm at the point now where I cannot sell everything and then buy everything. I have to do it in stages. Sugar, but not at 18. Can I go 17? No. Once you get a higher rank, he'll start to negotiate better with you. You need the king to say that you're like a squire or a knight or whatever. But for now, I'll just pay the 18 because I got no choice. I need the product. And then let's sell again. How much can I sell? This is a problem. Can't even empty my ship because I'm full on gold. You can only carry 60,000. Only carry 60,000. Do they want me at the palace yet? Nope. That's annoying. I have no choice but to carry porcelain back to Bordeaux. No choice. Restock. Food. 14 per barrel is a really good price. 1021. Could I buy a little extra sugar and empty out the space and sell the porcelain and stuff? Yeah, probably. Probably. Where are we at? 210 out of 36? I didn't buy the sugar for the ship, did I? That's a good catch. Let's go ahead and check that out. Let's go ahead and check that out. Moving up. I would also like to get there by before September 1st so I can dump a lot more money into the economy. Let's buy for this ship as much sugar as I can fit on the boat. 284. Can I dump the rest of the porcelain into my pocketbook for that price? Probably not. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay. You see how we're getting really constricted on our finances? We're making money too fast. Give me the rest of that sugar. 26 crates, thanks. Okay. Porcelain has been offloaded. Whew! That was tight. Sail. Here's another fun fact. Once you get your big warships and you're sailing around sinking fleets left and right, you're going to have so much money and your personal purse cap is 60k that you're going to be dumping 1,000 gold into your mates' pockets so fast so that you don't just lose the money. You're going to be like, bam, 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 just give it all away to the mates. Increase my charisma, increase my loyalty, like a madman. And then we'll do a little bit of that now. Distribute to Jose. Give him another 101. Marco. I would give them more at this time, but I'm superstitious. I think that giving it to them too fast is detrimental to their attrition rate. I don't know that the game was even programmed that way. I have no proof. But I don't want them to be expecting 999, and that way 101 just becomes futile. So I'm just going to give them a few hundred at a time right now. We'll get up to the 999, you'll see. We're actually in a really fun stage of the game. No financial constraints, you can buy all the food and whatever you want. Yeah, got a pocket full of kryptonite. Enough mates to man a whole fleet. Really, it's just a few trips now and a few heavy galleon builds away from getting something together with some guns, and we'll go sink some fleets. It'll be a good time. Here we are in Bordeaux, and we have enough time to dump more money into the economy. It's probably going to take 2 months to get it to 1,000, to be honest. I don't think you can get it done in 1 month. If I go view that port, what's it at? View? Port? Yeah, he still hasn't used the money yet. So I can only give him like 40k. He can't hold more than that. So let's just go give it to him now. Invest. The 3998. Take it. Now we'll wait till September. So August 30th, August 31st is the very last day. View. Port. See, he's got 60,000. That's the most he can hold in reserve. This port for Portugal is nice. It says neutral port, but it really is more on our side at this point. Alright, sell. Sugar, 420, boom. And go ahead and buy. I'll fill that ship up with porcelain again. Yep, that's fine. Ship is at capacity. And then we'll sell the little ship too. 310. Put me at 28. And here we go. Porcelain again. 310. And now we wait. Let's go back down to get some more sugar. You have to enjoy this. If you don't enjoy this type of game, you know, if you want it to be more like hands-on, side-scroller action or first-person shooter, this is gonna bore the heck out of you. You have to be really interested in sailing to a port, investing in it, bringing it over to Portugal's side, destroying its prices and economy, and being able to buy a new ship for half the price of a used ship down in Spain. Those kind of accomplishments they take time. They take time and investment. But it's really fun. And you just have to be patient, and later on you can reap the rewards of having these really cool ships. P.S. The Neptune figurehead is the best figurehead. And they sell it in Spain. Which means you load your ships up full of sugar from Lisbon, you sail down in Spain, you dump them all, and you get the Neptune figurehead for cheap. Oh, down, down, down. Down Street Baby in a Range Rover. Or in a heavy galleon. If I play my cards right here. Alright, debark, port call, bam. And we're back. Sooner or later he's going to tell me to go back to the inn. That's going to be the game nudging me to try and improve my title. But we're not there yet. I've got business to conduct. I'm minding my own business here. Porcelain at 420, 45k. Buy the sugar at 16? Sure. Yeah, I'll take it at 16. Give me the 420. And sell. 288. Oh boy. 287. Alright. Same situation. But it's September 6th, so we're going to go dump just a little bit more money into the economy over there. Restock. Food. 12 per barrel. Man, the prices are really getting destroyed here. 1, 2, 21. Yes. Don't forget to restock water. You gotta have food and water for your crew. Alright. Now that we got the restock there, let's do this. Back on up. Come on. And we're going to buy for sugar, yes, 15, 287, ships at capacity, but sell the rest of that porcelain. Is it really 26 crates again? No, it's 23 crates. Remember, it's 26 crates that were left over before. So buy for my little ship, the sugar. It's nice that it shows you already have 287. So there we go, ship is at capacity. And now we're ready to sail on again. Sail. Preparations are complete. Yeah, let's do this. Now leaving Lisbon. So the month has rolled over. The shipmaster over at the harbor yard, the shipyard at Bordeaux, has spent all that money. But I'm telling you now, I am not promising that's going to be 1,000 because I'm pretty sure it won't be. The real challenge at this point is how much money do I have to give him in September to get him to 1,000 but not waste any money. I don't want to give him 60k to get to 1,000 if he doesn't need 60k to get to 1,000. You know what I mean? I don't want to spend an extra 20 or 30k if I don't have to. So we're gonna measure this. What was his industry power before? 300? 400? I don't even remember. But whatever it is now, we gotta weigh that against how much he's really gonna need in order to get there. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go into November to get to where we need to be on the shipbuilding. Alright, moving on up. I'm gonna go to... First, I'm so curious. I want to see what the industry power is now. So, view. Port. He's at 644. Okay. So he was probably at 333. And my 60k... Yeah. It's gonna take, it's probably gonna take close to 50k or so to get him up to the next one. Okay. So let's start by doing this. Let's go to... What do our finances look like, actually? Yeah, we're full. Alright. Invest. 10k. I'm just gonna do it a few days at a time because I want to burn the clock now. And it only takes me like 5 days to get to and from Lisbon. So let's go back. Invest. Another 10k. And they said go to the inn, but I don't want to go to the inn just yet. I'm gonna go invest just one more 10k. So here's what's happening. I keep giving them money and giving, and they are happy with Portugal because it's in the name of Portugal. So I go up here and I say viewport, and you see down there in the lower left it says support for Portugal 99. That means if a guy from Turkey tries to land here, he'll get the gruff officers that won't let him in. And that's the shoes on the other foot now. That's from a different perspective. That's 30k, so let's see here. I do want to get a Speculum Miguel, but it's just not on the docket right now. So we're going to sell everything on the little ship, 41. Then we're going to buy, and we're going to fill that little ship. Porcelain, yes. 310, ship is at capacity. Now we're going to sell that sugar. 420, perfect. And we're going to buy the porcelain. At 54, it's holding. 420, good. How much money do I have left? I'll go talk to the guy. Yeah, I can give another 10k. Alright. Where to, Captain? Alright, little people. I need you to kind of step aside so I can sail out. 12 days is plenty of time. I can get there in 4 or 5 tops. What's the fastest you've ever gotten from Bordeaux to Lisbon or the other way around? Maybe 2 days? I don't think I've ever gotten there in 1 day. I think 2 days is probably the fastest I've ever gotten there. That's with a super high sailing speed, super fast and advanced ships capable of making that shot. Here we go. I'm going to point the ship south just to see if I have an easier route than straight out. There it is. Alright. We're so close to heavy galleons, guys. I will make sure that we get a heavy galleon on this stream before we finish this one up. Port call, boom. Also a note, thanks for watching. If you're watching these, I really appreciate it. I really enjoy making these videos, and it's just a lot of fun that there have been requests to play this game because I've always loved this game since it came out, and it's just really cool, and I'm very excited that people are still playing it. Let's stop down here. We'll restock. Restock. Whoops. Well, I need them both, so let's just do this. 1021. 35 is the magic number, and food. 11 per barrel. Wow, stuff is getting really cheap in Lisbon. Really cheap. Okay. Excuse me. And we're going to sell, I think. What we've got here, the porcelain 310. Boom. Yep. And then buy. Fill those ships with cheap sugar. Wow. And it's funny, if you're sailing around, the merchants, if you negotiate with them ship to ship, they'll say, oh, sugar is so cheap in Lisbon. And you're like, you don't say. I'm the one that made that happen. So here we are, September 21st. We got a pocket full of gold. We got ships full of sugar. We're going to get to Bordeaux just in time to make sure that they have enough money to get their industry to 1,000 by October 1st. Now, it's almost splitting hairs, really, to go to try and figure out exactly how much. I'm sure if I watched it, I could see exactly how much correlates as far as investment to industrial improvement. And maybe in my younger years I had noticed that or had written down at some point. But if it's only a difference between 10 or 20,000, I'm not going to be doing some kind of like save load thing just to save 10 or 20k. Once you get your heavy galleons... Oh, here's a fun fact. The heavy galleons have a ship capacity of 800. Well, actually it's 1,000, but I do 100 for the crew, 100 for the guns, and then 800 for cargo, which is just insane. It's really high. There might be a better way of splitting them up. I don't know. I like to make all my ships the same. Let's go give them another 10k, just while we can. So, boom. Yeah, that'll put them at 50. We're really full on money and everything right now. So, in order to offset that a little bit, I'm going to go to the inn and recruit some men. No mates. Let's recruit. 39. Okay. So we'll go 10, 20 here. We'll go 10 men here. 20, 30. I don't know. 40. 30. There we go. We're going to need these men for the big ships when the ships come. Azov. I'm not going to Azov. You're going to have to... The game is going to have to change it to a different guy. I'm not going there. They kicked me out. I offered the guy 10,000 and he still wouldn't take it for me to just get into the port and buy some food and water. Let's view the port now. Where are we at? It's 50. It's 50k. I'm sure that's enough to get it. I mean, they probably needed 40k to get there. So what I'll do is I'll save state. Here's how you can waste time. You could do lodging and rest for the night. I'm just going to go here and I'm going to tip. And just one tip means you have to sleep overnight. Because you basically sat down, you were hanging out, you tipped the waitress, you spent the night there. Alright, the other one you can do is you go into here, and you go lodging, make yourself at home, and it just skips to the next day. So just to make totally sure, just to guarantee, we're going to cheat this a little bit. We're going to go file and we're going to save game position. We're going to save this in slot 1 just to make sure that we get to that 1,000 industry. And this is not a cheat in any way. You could also save your game, you know, using the regular SNES battery save state, but this makes it a little faster. So now that it's October 1st, I'm going to go in and take a look. I'm going to view port. Oh gosh, he's at 847. I don't even know if the extra 10k would have got him there, to be honest. Let's skip back. So we reload the game. It's September 30th. Let me go talk to the guy. I don't think it's going to go that high. Invest. You can only give him 995, so there it is. We maxed him out to 60k, but I don't think that's going to get it there. Gosh, guys. So 2 months in a row, we've given him 60k, and it's going to take a little bit more, isn't it? Newport. Yeah, 892. It's going to take more money and another month. Oh boy. Alright, let's get to work. Yeah, this is problematic. Sell. Off of this ship, all the sugar. And then fill it with porcelain, as usual. Porcelain at 54. And sell. Off of this ship, the sugar. 420. And then buy. This ship. Porcelain. 420. Okay. How much do you think it'll take to get him from 892 all the way? Invest? I mean, probably 20k. If it comes down to it and it's October 31st and we need to dump another 10k into it, then we will. Right now, I'm just having a problem because my pockets are full. Restock food. I just got a bunch of men back onto the payroll. 987. What is that? 9? 8? 9. And that is going to reduce my sailing time. It was 16 days, now it's 8. Which is fine, that's fine for a back and forth to Lisbon. But I expected that to play a little differently, guys. And we sail. Now it's just a point of wasting time. So sail and make sure you get your sailing days in. Pass those days. You know what? We're also going to distribute. Another hundo. What's he at? 59? Start paying him a little bit more. Let's go 3. There we go. Gosh, these guys are really greedy. Miguel? Yeah, he's not even manning a ship right now. He's not, quote, working, so his loyalty will never go down. Not unless he's actually manning a ship. Alright. Now we're headed south. Back to Lisbon. At this point, you have to restock food and water every time. It took me 5 days to get here. Restock. Food. 12 per barrel is good. 10, 20, 1. Back to 35. 35 is your magic number. And water. Right here on this ship, 21. Yep, okay. Let's move on up. What we got here? Sell. All the porcelain, boom. And then buy all the sugar. $53. You find your ships perform pretty well when you've got a good amount of men staffing them. Any mates? No mates. Let's tip. The king wants to see me. Whoa. Well, let's go talk to the king. That'd be cool. Yeah, dude. I knew eventually he'd want to see me. Let's go see what's up. Finally, I can enter the palace. Step out of the way, I'm Sir Serious. Meet King. He wants grain, okay. 200 crates, I can do that. Absolutely, King. Absolutely. Savings? Let's put about 19 in there, yeah. Copy that. Where can I get grain? Do you guys remember where I can get grain? Do I have to go to London for that? I can go to London for grain. No problem. Sail to Bordeaux, do my work, deposit the money, then head up to London, get the grain for the king, come back, and by then the heavy guns will be ready. Easy peasy, folks. Alright. What do you guys think of the little soundtracks in here? The soundtracks are fun. I mean, the music is, it's gentle. Pretty good for the Super Nintendo sound processor, I'd say. Familiar with the port. I mean, we did sail through and around the Mediterranean Sea. You guys saw all that. It really wasn't too much to write home about. It seemed much bigger in the 90s than it does now. Here we are back in France. I'm going to start by dumping 10k. Give him another 10. Boom. And then let me view just to make sure. Just to make sure of what he's got. Viewport. Would you guys say that 20k is enough to get him? I don't think it is, to be honest. I don't think it is. I think we're getting about 50 points per 10k, and I think that is going to put us just shy of where we need to be. I'm going to give him another 10k. Might be overpaying a little bit, but I don't want to go into another month. So here, boom. Now you're at 30k. That should be enough to get him there. Might be a little overkill, but I don't want to waste your time, and I definitely don't want to waste mine. Alright. Now we're going to sell. Right here. All the sugar. Boom. And then sell here. Sugar. Okay. Do they have grain here? Oh, they do. And he only wanted 200 crates? Done. Give me 200 crates. That's for the king. You know, my buddy the king. I sure hope I remembered right. It was 200 crates. There have been times where I bought and it was the wrong amount. And he's like, this is not enough. I'll wait for you to go get the rest. And you're like, oh my gosh. Where are we at? 15 more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. Yes. You do have to end up doing a little math here. Just a little fuzzy math in order to make sure your stuff is balanced. Alright. I don't have to go up to London, so that saves a trip. But we will pick up more porcelain because that's what we do. Porcelain? Yeah. Heck yeah. 420. And we're going to fill the rest with porcelain too, because we can. Because we have space for it. Now the ship. The ship is at capacity. So close. Now leaving Bordeaux. Access to the palace is a cool thing, isn't it? And you've got a savings account, so you can dump your extra money there. I wouldn't recommend sailing down to Jamaica with firearms and coming back with coral until you have that savings account. I really wouldn't. You got nowhere to put the money. Let's go ahead and shift this. You'll notice that the currents and winds change based on the seasons. They'll shift and point in different directions. Which is also another very cool, realistic part of the game. Alright, heading down. Working it out. Oh, let's take a look. Ramon. I think he's just a trader. Can we get close enough to talk to him? We sure can. Let's negotiate. Porcelain's best sold in Valencia is what he says. If you keep talking, grain is sold in Santo Domingo. Okay. That's pretty cool though, right? You've got something on your ship, you pull up alongside, and they'll tell you. All traders know the best sale prices for whatever's on your boat. It's not fair, it's a little bit of a cheat, but it's true. Let's go up here and talk to King. New title. And a reward, which is only like 2k. It's not even a lot. Put 5k in there. You can also do a secret call. Oh, there's the princess. We could meet. Nice. Flowers, gift, profess love? I don't know. Flowers? Did I buy flowers? Okay. The next day? Look guys, I don't think he stayed overnight in the princess's room. But it took a whole day to do that. Anyway, here we are. Sell. Oops, not buy. Not buy. We're gonna sell. And we're gonna sell everything on this ship. Boom, all 420. We're at October 23rd, so we're right on track to waste enough time. We're going to restock. Food. Boom, 10 per barrel, which is as cheap as it will ever get. It doesn't ever get cheaper than that. You cannot drive the prices down beyond that. Water. So if it says food is 10 per barrel, then that means that the prices are at 50%. It's a good way to gauge. The food price is a good way to gauge what the economy is, and if you view port, you'll see it's at 50. See, price is 50% in the lower right hand. So you don't even need to go there to understand that the prices are at 50% when the food is 10 per barrel. If food is at 20 per barrel, then prices are 100%. And if food is, what is it, 25 or 30, like, it can go up to 150%. So you don't want to be buying food or buying stuff from the market when the price is that high. Does that make sense? Alright, sugar time. 12 gold, 420, good. Sell my midship. I think I had, yep, 110 of porcelain there. And sugar. Yes. 310. Good. Let's go check my savings account. I want to make sure that I'm solid. Savings, 26. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to bring a lot of money with me. I want to be ready for this. And sail. I don't like how he says not well prepared. Like, who are they to decide that 10 days of sailing supplies is a minimum? I decide. I'm the captain. If I say sail with 0 days, like we did out of the Black Sea, then we're sailing with 0 days. At any rate, we have 8 days to burn. So it'll probably take us a good 4 or 5 to get there. And then we'll mess around the port for a few days until November 1st, and then we will buy a heavy galleon. Turn the ship. Head west. If you're in Iberia, if you're in Europe, do we call the Far East the Far East? I don't think they do. Do they call it the Far West? Ooh, wow. That's a brain bender, isn't it? Alright, debark, port call, yes. Alright, we're here. So, October 28th, you know, what to do? We just wait, basically. I mean, you can tip, you can hang out, you could gamble. We've just got a few days to waste here. October 29th. Lodging, perhaps. Just waiting. And here we are, October 30th. I think I'll go ahead and save game here. And then we'll just wait. 2 more days, but just in case. just in case we need an extra day for anything. Alright, the last day of waiting. Now the month will roll over. The guy in the shipyard will use that 30k to increase the industry of the port. And let's go see how it did. View, port. He's at 1,000 and he only had $3 left. Look at that. Very nice. That was pretty perfect, if I do say so. So, we've got all this money in our pocket. Let's do this. I want to buy, and I want to build. Oh, and that makes him happy. There it is, the heavy galleon. That's the biggest one. Yes. I want it out of the strongest wood. Ooh, 30k. Oof. I mean, 3-mast, 4-point. Wow, 42k. How much money do I have in my pocket right now? How much money do I have in my pocket right now? Can I sell? Can I sell anything in order to bring that price down? Yeah, I could sell 190 worth to max out at 60k. That might bring the price down a little bit. Restock food. 17 per barrel. We got to get that price down to 10 per barrel. 1987. Yep, bam. Water. 17. You need to completely and utterly obliterate their market so that that price drops to half. Alright, the first ship is going to cost us a little bit. It's going to cost us, but I'm going to buy this one. Here we go. Buy, build. What did he want originally? 42k? Mahogany. Now it's 28k. Okay. Remast. 4-point. 38k. So I saved myself 4k by selling just 190 worth of sugar. So yeah, let's do it. 100 guns. 100. Is this okay? Yes. Name it. Let's name it the Dragon. The Dragon's a good name. You can rename ships if you don't like their names. You can do that too. Alright. Now remember, when you first buy or build a new ship or a used ship, it has no crew on it. So you have to move those crew members around. Let's go over here and do that. So transfer men. I'm going to take 10 guys here. And I'll put 30 on the Dragon. Now let's move back up here. And we'll do a sell. Sell the rest of the sugar here. And we'll sell the rest of this sugar too. And I am not going to buy the porcelain here, because I want to completely destroy their market. So I'm going to sail, and I'm going to leave, as is. Also, you want to make sure that you switch your guys around on the ships. So as soon as you hit the sea, you've got to do that. So point the ship accordingly, and then do order personnel. Your main character has the most sailing experience, so you want him on the Dragon. Then you want Marco on the next biggest ship. You want Jose on the next biggest ship, and Miguel is the newest guy. So, you know what, who else have we got? Roberto? Nicholas? Put Roberto on there. Alright. And then you sail. Notice how the ship is kind of sluggish. It's moving a little slower. That's because my guy is dealing with a heavy galleon, and he's got to get used to it. He's got to level up. He needs a sailing XP to be high enough so that he can maneuver this ship appropriately. It's a big ship. You'll see it when it comes into port. And that's where we're going to take our break, because we're already 10 over. Let's try to keep these streams reasonable, but these games, they can take a while. So let's navigate to the south west. Okay. Alright. Straight south with my 4-point tacking on the heavy galleon. Can we order distribute? Do we have enough money to distribute to these guys? 3. And then Marco. 1, 2, 3. Who else is on board here? Roberto? 2. Okay. Those are just the guys that are at the helm right now. We don't have to pay the guys who aren't doing anything. Debark, port call, boom. Roberto's sailing XP is up. That's good. And he's on the tiny ship, so that's a good thing. Get him a little bit seasoned, right? Where to, Captain? I'll tell you where. First things first. Get my money out of the bank. I need it. Withdraw all of it. Second things second. Down. This way. Restock. Food. Restocking food. On the gamer, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. 31. Boom. And then water. Gamer. 31. Okay? Now let's head back up. And you know what time it is. It's time to buy a whole junk load of sugar. From the Dragon, 800 is the cargo space on this thing. Give me 800. And then buy. Next ship up. Fully powered. Sugar. I'm going to say no and I'm going to go 14. And because of my rank, he's going to negotiate yes with me. Now I'm going to fill the next ship. Sugar. 17? No. Give it to me for 15. Darn, okay. He'll definitely go for 16 though. There we go, 310. So now every ship is full of sugar. We're totally full. Look at the size of that heavy galleon. Pretty nice, huh guys? And this is where we're going to save. This is where we're going to end stream 2. Save that spot. We'll see you again for stream 3, where we completely fill out. We're going to outfit everybody as heavy galleons. Then we're going to put guns on them. And then we're going to go looking for a battle. And that'll be a lot of fun. So save. Save game, yes. See you again for stream 3. Take care.